7:59 a.m. A minute before I open my grades that will determine where I will apply to university the next year. My heart was running a marathon. The tightness in my chest was like no other. Working so hard from 6 a.m., 8 p.m. for months. This is it. This is what all my hard work, this is where it plays out. With my dad standing next to me, I couldn't let him down. We opened my grades and we saw C, 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 and C. No, this can't be right. After all my hard work, this is it. 4 C's. And my soul left my body, standing next to my dad. Not out of fear or anything like that. It was because of something far more grand, dear. I disappointed him. The first thing that he said was, "What is this?" He was shocked. He couldn't believe it. And even though he was shocked, he was still trying to comfort me because he knew how hard I worked. But I knew deep down he was devastated. I kissed his forehead and I promised him to never put him through what I have just done. I went to my school, went to one of the staff members, and in hopes of just finding an ounce, just a speck of hope that I can hold on to that will wake me up from this nightmare. The staff member reaffirmed me that my nightmare was a reality I had to face. I then said, I will turn this around. I will get 2 A's and a B to go and study biomedicine at King's College London with my brother, the 5th most prestigious university in Europe, and then after that to pursue my dream of becoming a doctor. Having said that to the staff member, he labeled me with something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. He called me a dreamer. Someone who was so out of his mind and so not in tune with his capabilities that he only dreams of his goals. That's how I saw it. But here I say it. I dared to dream. Understandably, of course, my dad wanted to give me tutoring and kept asking me, checking up on my grades. How's this? What are you doing? What happened? And I sat down with him and I asked one last time for him to grant me his trust. And this is what he said.
Okay, I grant you the trust and the time. Fine, yalla, bye.
Thank you. I then went on a crazy rampage of studying like a maniac. I was studying so much that school was wasting my time. It was to the point that the principal called my dad in to discuss why I've been missing class so much. And he said I was driven. And I was. Because if I was to fail this, I could not look at my dad in the eye. Couldn't. I was praying, studying, eating, sleeping, and doing it over and over and over again. It was nothing was on my mind. I was skipping so many events, I couldn't care less. Because in my mind, the only thing I was worried about, what if I let him down again? Fast forward a year later on results day. Same time, same place, same everything. I look up to see my grades, and I see A, B. Alhamdulillah. Me and my dad hugged each other and we were screaming out of joy. And then my mom came in and my brother and my sister, and it was just amazing. It was this moment that I was working for. This moment. And it happened. And the story does not end there. It was time to take on the summit, the bigger one. Medicine. I wanted to dedicate all my life to becoming a doctor. In the UK, you have 2 pathways of getting accepted into medicine. The first one is going straight after school. The second way is going after you finish a degree. I couldn't do the first route anymore, so I tried the second. In the UK, you choose to apply to 4 medical schools in one application cycle that lasts a year. So I had 4 chances to become a doctor. Nice text. So I worked really hard and I applied for medical school. The very next day, I got a response. I was rejected. The very next day. I kid you not. I was, of course, devastated. Because here I am with only 3 chances of being accepted into medicine. After a few weeks, I heard from the second one. Again, rejected. Man, oh my Lord, it hurt so much. Because you can see that dream of yours just fading. But I still believed. I still did. And around December it happened. I got 1 interview from one of them. In the UK, there are 3 steps to becoming a doctor. First, you have to apply, then you get an interview, and then if the interview is successful, you get an offer to study medicine. And as much as happy and relieved I was, it added that much stress to the fact that I was only 1 step away from being accepted into medicine. Bear with me. Around the same time, I got an interview for Brunel. So I had 2 interviews. Having never done this before, I was reading books, I was watching educational videos, asking people, running around, any kind of information that will help me in this interview. It was to the point that my grades suffered in my degree. But again, I had dared to dream. Fast forward a couple of months and I had the 2 interviews. They were great. I felt that this thing was finally coming to an end. After that, I got accepted. You might ask why I'm not happy. Because something happened that I wouldn't have imagined will happen for a million years. And it happened to me. Here I am, very happy, very excited, buying stethoscopes, clothing, accommodation, scrubs, the hype of becoming a medical student. Oh, let me find this, let me get this. Around a few weeks before the start date of the course, I got a phone call from the director of this medical school, which I will not mention the name of. They told me that because it was a new medical school, the entries will be deferred for a year, a couple of weeks before the start date. What? Where did this come from? And after a very difficult discussion with my family, we have come to agree that a uni that announces it's not ready a few weeks before the start date is not to be trusted with medical education. So we took a decision to withdraw and reject their offer of starting the next year. And just like that, my dream was taken away. Just like that. I felt exactly the same feeling I felt when I had those 4 C's. Helpless. Because I've worked so hard and didn't know where I went wrong. I genuinely thought God did not want me to study medicine. He pulled me out from the course. And I was still convincing myself that this was good for me, that God chose this to happen. My cousin then called me, more like a brother to be honest. He called me and we started talking about what happened. He told me that, what happened to Brunel? And it just clicked for me. I completely forgot about Brunel. I was on the waiting list. I didn't reject them, they didn't reject me. I was still there, on the list. And I ran to the phone and I kept ringing them over and over and over again. Bless them for being patient with me. And then it finally happened. Brunel gave me an offer to study medicine. I finally had it. That feeling of euphoria, that feeling of being at the summit, all praise to God of course, is a feeling like no other. I recalled all of the struggles that came to me, beat me down, but we stood up. We? Yes, we. Why do you say we? Because we are one and the same. As for that, everyone who wants to reach that summit will have to go through exactly the same torturous pathway of thorns, of fire, of devils who try to put you down. So have faith. The people who make it are no different to us. Not the slightest. The only thing that was different about them was when they fell, they stood up again and they believed. God does not waste the work of anyone. Not even an atom's worth of work is wasted. So no matter who tries to stop, kill, or suffocate your dream and churns your soul apart, dare to dream. And I'm going to say this with pride, with head held high, we are all dreamers.